Well, my gamer friends, a very random kind of announcement just dropped the other day. I'm surprised because I haven't heard anything about this at all officially. I try to keep up on every adaptation coming out, but there's so many being announced now that it's almost hard to keep up, which I love. I love that there's just so many coming out for games I've never even heard of or played. And just the other day, Like a Dragon Yakuza is getting a live action series adaptation of the hit Sega game heading to Prime Video. So Prime's going to become another place for the adaptations. Obviously Prime already had the amazing hit Fallout show, which I love, and my favorite show of the year, my favorite adaptation so far, period. And they're already doing a God of War adaptation as well. So here they are announcing and practically shadow dropping a live action series of Yakuza. This is coming at us from Variety. Streaming giant Prime Video will release Like a Dragon live-action series adaptation of the Sega game franchise Yakuza Like a Dragon. Interesting as to why they're doing the Like a Dragon angle and not just Yakuza, because Yakuza has lots of games. The 6-part crime suspense series is directed by Take Mashura, 100 Yen Love, Takamoto Kengo, Kamen Teacher, and stars Takuchi Ryoma. Yeah, I'm butchering these names because I'm just a dumb white person. So, multiple common writer titles as a lead character, Karyu Kazuma. But this is the crazy part. It will upload to Prime Video in 2 batches of 3 episodes on October 23rd and November 1st, with subtitle and dub versions in 3rd language. So they just announced it and it's coming out in October. That's kind of nuts. The fact that it's just being announced essentially and it's dropping in October is kind of nuts, but I love that. Like, I would prefer announcements that are like 6 months ahead of time instead of 2 years, 3 years. Also, Yakuza is a series that I've never really played at all, period. Got nothing against it, and it's highly critically acclaimed and people love it. I've just never really played it. The series story is set in 2 time periods, 1995 and 2005, and follows the life of childhood friends and repercussions of the decisions of a fearsome and peerless Yakuza warrior with a strong sense of justice, duty, and humanity. The screenplay and story are by Sean Crouch, weird name, and Yugo Nakamura, with a Japanese screenplay by Yoshido Yashura and Yamada Kana. Released in 2005 by Sega, the Yakuza game series was positioned as an entertaining game for adults and found massive fanfare among its target audience. The series Like a Dragon Yakuza depicts the lives of fierce yet passionate gangsters and people living in a huge entertainment district. The series showcases modern Japan and dramatic stories of these intense characters, such as the legendary Kazuma Kiryu, games in the past have not been able to explore, Prime Video said. Productions by The Fool. That's an interesting name for a production company. Executive producers are Eric Barmack, Roberto Grande, and Joshua Long. I've poured my heart and soul and the experience that I have garnered over 35 years into Like a Dragon Yakuza, said director Take. The unfettered appeal for Japanese content from within Japan and other parts of the world has been growing exponentially. While Prime Video Japan continues to offer a variety of content across genres, adapting an internationally popular game franchise that has such deep resonance and layered characters presents a unique charm and makes for an extremely compelling watch. The James Farrell, head of International Originals, Amazon MGM Studios. Since the day I first put pen to paper on the original Yakuza script, I've never once thought about revisiting any of my work on the series. It's because I understand all too well the challenges and hardships that come with remaking a finished title. However, if I were ever sent to the past with some kind of cosmic joke, this is the experience I want to create. If I had to go through the ringer rant anyhow, I'd want to make the most engaging version of Tomuracho and Kazuma Kareo I could. Why are there so many Ks? And this show has it all, said Yokoyama Mayosha, head of, oh my god, I can't pronounce these fucking names, head of Ryo Gago Studios. I'm sorry, I'm butchering this shit. While the games that you experience the world through the subjective lens, this adaptation will be ultimately a objective way to enjoy the show. I have no doubt that fans of the series will be drawn to how it brings the games to life and adds new surprises. Newcomers, I'm sure, will find themselves invested simply in the gritty realism of the show. So what's interesting about this news is that Yakuza has lots of different games, and the Like a Dragon kind of spin-off only happened a couple years ago. Right, as you can see over here, it dropped in 2020, but they're deciding to adapt this version and not the original Yakuza games. Interesting to see as to why they're doing that, but there's no reason to know as to why they would choose that. But if you look up how many Yakuza games there are, there's a lot. Yeah, over here on Wikipedia, you get a proper list of how many games there are. There's 23 games in total. 23, as you see right here, there's 3 remakes, but there's 23 Yakuza games. Like, that's a lot. Like, there's lots of series that are way more popular and known that only has a couple games. But it's kind of bananas how many Yakuza games there are. But it's also kind of bananas how out of nowhere they just announced that it's coming in October. See, as you can see right here, Like a Dragon only became a thing in 2020. So all these games beforehand, why they weren't chosen to adapt, or why wasn't it just called Yakuza? Plus, they're calling it Like a Dragon Yakuza, not Yakuza Like a Dragon. So that's another interesting choice. See, Like a Dragon Yakuza, Yakuza Like a Dragon. Why did they choose to reverse the title? I don't know. I hope to see more things like this where they just kind of announce it and they're like, yeah, it's coming out in 6 months. That's great. I hope that happens more often. I don't want to wait 2 years. Like if a series that I really love got announced, and even knowing what's coming up, there aren't too many that I'm super excited about other than season 2 of Fallout. But I would love it if they could announce something and then have it come out 6 months later. That would be great. But what about you guys? What do you think? Do you care about the Yakuza series? Have you played any of the games? Are you curious as to why they chose the Like a Dragon? And why do they call it Like a Dragon? Yakuza instead of Yakuza Like a Dragon? But we'll find out in October. So that's not that far away. That's less than 6 months. That's only a few months away. So that's really cool. I love that. I want to see more of that. If you want to see more of that, if you want to see more of this amazing content that I create, that I put so much work into, that is so high quality and incredible, then please subscribe. And also don't forget to comment and to like and to share. But also don't forget to keep gaming.